Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Zelda Speedruns, and welcome to the first ever Wind Waker HD Randomizer restream on ZSR. The Wind Waker HD Randomizer tournament community just started their first ever tournament season. It's Winner Bracket Round 2. It's LoudScapes versus McJawry, and we have a wonderful team being here to commentate this for you. We have on commentary TOTL444 and Chroma Q, and on tracking Mason Star and Mercury HD. Take it away, folks. We are excited. Let's get us started.
Thank you so much, Trez. Welcome to Wind Waker HD Season 1. This is going to be a really exciting match. I'm joined in the booth by Tio. What's up, Tio? How are you doing today?
I'm doing perfectly fine.
Love to hear that. So, I know for a lot of people in chat, this is your first time ever seeing Wind Waker HD Randomizer, and you're probably wondering what to expect. So, we have two absolute veterans of the game. Their first race is going to be one of the best matches of the tournament. And we're going to take you through some of the tricks. Some things are going to be recognized from SD, some things are going to be completely new, but there's going to be a lot of fun in store today. So these runners have been racing the game for about a year, and we've been just kind of finalizing these settings for a few months now. Both of them having lots of experience speedrunning the vanilla game, but also being pioneers of the rando scene. McJawry, we're currently in the middle of the tournament, so this is the first match being streamed. This is Winner's Bracket Round 2. So it is a double elimination tournament. This is not the last you're going to see of either runner, but it looks like the countdown is starting. Oh my god, we're getting started.
Oh yeah, and before we get started, actually, so this game is very much different from SD, mainly because of the item sliding trick, which you'll see is very busted. Allows to do a lot of stuff, but we also have a bunch more checks than SD. You'll see.
Yes, and here we go. We get started. We see both runners are going to start with the boomerang to give them access to item slotting from the beginning, and hints get on the way. Ooh! So instantly, Tower of the Gods to Forsaken Fortress. Forsaken Fortress to, what was that? DRC?
Yeah, Godan. Wait. I think Forsaken Fortress leads to Godan.
Yes. Oh yeah, go down, so that'd be Tachi. And then the last one. Oh my god, being Mulgera. So we have dungeon paths leading to each other, and already that's starting off with some spicy logic in this seed. So we're gonna see both runners probably might have some similar starts, might have some variation. Something I've seen from watching these runners race dozens of times, there is no consistency with how they want to start. Sometimes they chase the path hint, sometimes we'll see an early full clear. But as we're finishing up hints here, I'm really interested in this Tower of the Gods being a path hint. So I know you have a little insight into how our runners feel about Tower of the Gods, too.
Yeah, Tower of the Gods is not a good dungeon. So at first you need all the 3 barrels to get into Tower of the Gods. And also it's a very slow dungeon. You cannot full clear it. You basically have to do all the puzzles, which sucks.
Yeah, it's going to be a slow one, but we're starting instantly. Jari's heading the mother and child, and we're not going to see the storage route. Something that in the HD game, in vanilla, storage is patched out, so there's no way to get dry storage with the Wind Waker dive. But in the randomizer, it's patched back in. So there's very common, we're going to see chest storage going everywhere. And I think we're now going to see our first item sliding on LoudScapes' side. So anytime you see a runner, pause the game for a second by sticking the by flicking the stick from a full direction and then going to an ESS position. You start gaining exponential speed, and you can just fly around. We're going to see all our runners flying across islands, in between islands, and everywhere. But early on, we have Jari starting off with a bow, and LoudScapes finding a pearl. So, a little bit slow. Oh, and another pearl! Instantly!
Yeah, so, both pearls are at DRC. That's pretty good. DRI, sorry.
You see LoudScapes, they're taking advantage of, once again, using speed and converting his speed to clip into the island and peek the fly across chest. and he's already ready to leave. So we're gonna see him start flying away with super speed and swimming across the ocean. So this is going to be the main source of fun in HD Randomizer, swimming everywhere, going from island to island as fast as possible.
Yeah, so Jara has the lead of getting the bow. So, oh, the third
Oh my
pearl.
god!
That's actually
That's
crazy.
all 3 pearls in 3 minutes. Oh
Alright,
my
that's
god.
never seen
So,
before.
yeah, this is by far the earliest entry into Tower of the Gods or possible entry we've ever seen. Obviously, LoudScapes still needs to pick up his Din's Pearl, and we might see McJawry go right to Crescent here and get his 3rd Pearl.
Yeah, and
But-
considering that he has a bow, it could very much be viable to actually go into Tower of the Gods right now. Could miss out on
That's-
some of the checks, but
Yeah, with the logic, you're going to need bombs in there to get a lot of things, but still, he can get a majority of the items in there. Wow, this is one of the most interesting starts I've ever seen to a seed.
yeah, for sure.
But
Let's see how
no
this
matter
plays
what,
out
we're
there.
going to be in for a long one. Oh no, Beetle. Beetle is stopping LoudScape swim there.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's a great question in the chat. So item sliding, we do need the boat for a few things, like a few islands. We are going to be seeing coral, especially in warping, using a lot of save warps in between islands. We see both runners went to Crescent. LoudScapes chose to sail back and swim again, and McJawry chose to use a warp. So already some variation. McJawry swimming from Windfall here. Probably try to find some, like a Picto box or maybe a delivery bag before getting started.
Yeah, meanwhile, Loud is doing some 0-0 checks with Northland right here. And yeah, in general, you can item slide off most of the island of the game, although some of them are pretty hard to slide off of, and also, yeah, sometimes it's just worth it to warp instead, so yeah, we'll see.
Yeah, that's something we're probably going to see both runners. McJawry just peeking the angular cave chest there. And it looks like it was spiky. He's not marking it dead. Both runners are like big veterans of the game. They have been doing this for a long time. McJawry's been speedrunning Wind Waker HD for the better part of 5 years. Top 20 in multiple categories. LoudScapes recently coming to speedrunning vanilla. Also top 20 in multiple categories. Recently getting top 10 in no MSS. So we're going to see both runners going for as many swims as they can off as many islands as they can. It looks like LoudScapes just having to stick with his Dragon Roost here. Not getting too much luck in his early finds.
Yeah, that's fine. Dragon Roost is a very good item to item style. You can basically go from any side to anywhere. You'll see that generally Dragon Roost and Windfall are common picks for item spawnings, although if you can avoid warping, that's also good. Okay, so some body cores from McJawry, and meanwhile Loud is going for this island, which has 2 checks. So as we said before, storage is patched in, so he's gonna be able to do some SD strats to go to the top. So yeah, pretty cool. Oh, Triforce.
Our first piece of the Triforce. So something else in this game that's going to be a difference from SD, all of our path hints, all of our dungeons do have a guaranteed, or the bosses have a piece of the Triforce. So there's only going to be 5 pieces of wild cheese out there for anyone. And, oh, very fast storage there from LoudScapes. Now, that was first try. And McJawry's going to follow him right in. So, McJawry having this bow advantage, but LoudScapes not really feeling the pain at all. He's making this boomerang work very well.
Yeah, for sure.
The chest. Weird hitbox allows him to get into this wall. We've seen this in SD many times. That's a classic. And up into the loading zone. Let's see if we can find out what he stored there. Looks like even LoudScapes isn't sure yet.
I think he checked for wristlets actually.
Oh, very nice. So that might not be hard required this seed, but still very nice to have early on.
All right, so they're both taking storage, I think, to Birdspeak, which is an SD strat.
Yeah, this is a strat. I know Jari likes this strat a lot. He's very confident. But this is a strat that LoudScapes has seen some trouble with in the past. But they're going to be using the changed hitbox from opening that chest with storage and using that to clip through the gate here at Birdspeak. So LoudScapes will be attempting it first, but let's see. This is not the easiest trick.
Oh no, that's fine.
Yeah, and it's fine. It is slow to retry. So now you can see already Jari has caught up. And at this point, Jari just has an advantage of a bow and a pearl. But LoudScapes has checked a couple other dead islands.
Yeah, and I think Loud also knows where his last pearl is, so that's fine.
Yes. You see Jari making it through first try with the roll clip there. LoudScapes. Yeah, this is not his favorite strat, but I know he will be committed to it.
Yeah, I usually prefer to roll clip here, actually. That's probably just me, though. Oh no, all dead for a dead chest.
Yeah, Jari's gonna see it first. Oh no.
Very unfortunate.
Alright, and now you have to wonder where Jari's gonna head. Because we don't have the path hints to chase like the runners might have wanted. Again, Tower of the Gods, Forsaken Fortress, and Forest Haven being our path hints. So there is a strat to get both items at Forest Haven without the leaf or the grappling hook. But it looks like we're not going to see either runner attempt it just yet. Yeah, Jari heads to Windfall, but it looks like he's going to be saving and swimming. You can see the swims dominating the early routing in HD Randomizer so much. Because Sphere Zero is just so quick.
Yeah, for sure. Like, just a safe coming from Windfall to any other island, you can very much clear your Sphere Zero very fast.
I have to wonder, Jari, again, looking at his tracker, he has a lot that he can still do. He can go clear many dense islands. We know runners love to balance check density and check speed a lot, but Jari loves early dungeons, and looking at the partially open Tower of the Gods, I'm really curious. I don't think we see a world where he goes in there without bombs, but he's got to be thinking about it this early on. That's something we've never seen this early before.
You also have bombs are not that important for TOTG. You can do most of the stuff without it, so could be a good call. And
also, that's also very true.
Yeah, it would be pretty impressive to get TOTG that early in the seed. So right now he's just going for paw prints. Oh, bombs! Actually,
there's
speaking
bombs. And there's Logical Tower of the Gods.
Yeah, that's actually crazy. 11 minutes in it. You wouldn't expect that.
So yeah, Todd, our favorite dancer on Windfall. Oh my! So LoudScape still needs to go get his bow from Mother and Child, and Jari needs to head back to Windfall. But he found a delivery bag. Maybe he'll make something worth his visit.
Yeah, I know Jari doesn't really like to go to Windfall that early on, but we'll see if he decides to do that. Oh, another bow actually.
Looks like early Windfall is the right choice here.
Yeah, for sure.
Right. There is a hint at Minenko having cheese, so both runners maybe want to come back here with the Picto boxes. They know they don't want to do Lenzo clip twice, but wow, this is already great. Sphere Zero Windfall. We're gonna see Jari pick up his fire and ice arrows there, and also be able to complete Creep and Transparent. So
yeah,
LoudScape struggling a little bit with the peak strat here, but pulls it off.
Also, since we already have pretty much everything to clear TOTG, Soup is asking a good question. What is the FF path to go down? I'm thinking it might be Leaf, Grapple, or another bow. Or Command Melody.
Yeah, that's a great point. I think Command Melody could end up there a lot. Leaf is also logically required to make it to the top of Tower of the Gods, but with item sliding, we're going to see both runners head in there with no worries of Command Melody or Leaf.
Yeah, Command Melody
Having
is
no Leaf is a little slow, though.
no Leaf is definitely slower, but not that much slower.
Yeah, so the paths again this seed were Tower of the Gods, to Halmarock, Forsaken Fortress to Tower of the Gods. So they point to each other, and then Forest Haven to Wind Temple. So it's very, very interesting paths here. And we're going to see, but runners don't need bombs to head into Forsaken Fortress. All they really need is a hammer and a sword, but neither of those have been seen just yet.
Yeah, so you can clear most of Forsaken Fortress without a sword or a hammer, but that would mean you have to go back for the boss or the mini boss. That would suck. Oh, and Jory finally going in Windfall, so he's gonna get his bombs, which might push him to go to TOTG, honestly.
Yeah,
I would not
be surprised to see him.
Yeah, go ahead.
I would not be surprised to see Jari run straight into Tower of the Gods after this. He does like Leaf for a couple checks, namely the hop across that very first check is faster with Leaf, but
yeah.
Jari's not scared of heading in, especially once he gets Fire and Ice arrows.
Also, early Picto from LoudScapes, going for the early ghost ships, that's pretty unusual, though it has happened before.
Now, we didn't see LoudScapes do Lenzo Clip, correct? I believe he skipped it before.
Yeah, away. He did skip it.
So, that's good.
So for those who don't know, because you can do those crazy clips with item sliding, so Lenzo's house you can actually enter early with item slidings and pretty much nothing, and that gives you 2 checks, so pretty good. Alright, Jory getting his Fire and Ice arrows.
Yeah, LoudScapes picking up his Pearl. So now Tower of the Gods, not fully open, but LoudScapes knows with glitches, it is fully open. That is something interesting in this game. We do not have glitched logic, so the runners will be going out of logic a lot to pick up these items, but in terms of what is actually recorded on like possible red or blue on their tracker, that's not always going to be consistent. So these runners are not scared of any glitches as Randomizer has to offer.
Yeah, for sure. They have experienced plenty.
I think it's a good time to point out. So these runners, in the async qualifiers that we had leading up to this tournament, this is obviously our first tournament ever, McJawry had the highest number of qualifier points, and he also had the fastest ever recorded time on these race settings with a 1:04.29. One of only 2 runners to ever get a time below 1:10. And we've seen many seeds after that go over 2 hours. So the fact that Jari has a time like more than an hour faster than some of the slower seeds is absolutely insane. Or as we're going to see Jari attempt Lenzo Clip here.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
Just missed it. That's really unfortunate. That PB Jari had was about two and a half months ago now, and LoudScapes, his PB is a 1:23. It's 14 minutes slower, but it happened last week. LoudScapes has been in a little bit better form, and Jari we've seen take some time away from the game, but obviously with his speedrun experience, that's not going to hold him back for long.
For sure.
Oh no!
Oh, wrong angle. That really sucks if you get that. Because now he has to climb all over again. I wonder if that's going to discourage him for going for it.
It looks like he peeked the transparent chest. Looks like he might go do transparent instead. Hope for a Picto box and maybe bail him out and have him do this clip.
Because if you can get the Pictobox, he doesn't have to do it twice, which is gonna be considerable.
Yeah, very
So-
true. He just picked up his ghost ship chart. We could, if he goes and picks up that ghost ship, that would definitely save him some time here.
Yeah. Yeah, right now he's going for transparent. He might do a route where he also creep and then go for a Lenzo clip and then go get transparent. We'll see. You never know. Oh, also the bait.
Yes.
So we have Hurricane Spin on those settings, which looks exactly like it looks like a sword, so good bait.
Yeah, Master Sword's really, really powerful, especially in a seed with Forsaken Fortress, because you need it to beat Phantom Ganon, but we hate seeing the Hurricane Spin there.
Yeah, so a thing that I might mention is that HD damage is quite busted compared to SD. So in SD, you can basically do the max damage with Jump Slash or Quick Spin. In HD, you do a Jump Slash Quick Spin, which is buffering a Quick Spin after a Jump Slash, which does a crazy damage. It does, I think, 4 times normal damage, which, yeah, with Master Sword, that means 8 times normal damage, which is gonna obliterate most of the bosses.
Yeah, a Master Sword can almost one-shot every enemy in this game. There are a few exceptions to that, but we're going to see both runners really maybe avoiding some of the combat caves before they get their hands on one of these swords. The Fire and Ice Arrow is always a nice substitute. And,
Yeah, for sure.
So, LoudScapes picked up his Cabana Deed, but he doesn't have his delivery bag. Meanwhile, McJawry has the opposite problem. And he's going to go for Lenzo Clip again. Both runners kind of... They have access to Tower of the Gods, but we can tell they don't want to go in. They know how slow it is, especially without Leaf. But based on these path hints, I don't know how much longer they can really avoid it.
Yeah, that would be really good if they went early.
Alright, and McJawry hits Lenzo Clip. So, and both chests are worth nothing.
Very
he's gonna
unfortunate.
He's gonna have to do that again later, just to skip the cutscene with Lenzo and Minenko talking inside. But unfortunate, no item advantage here. Many options now. McJawry with 26 locations accessible. Less than half of those in Tower of the Gods, so I think we'll see him stick outside for a while.
Yeah, so
My favorite tracks here on Needle Rock. Oh, sorry,
yeah,
go ahead.
this is a recurring strat from SD. So McJawry chasing the Fire and Ice tracks. Let's see, that's worth.
It's also very nice. This is a good island to swim off of. So we're going to see McJawry chaining as many swims together as he can. Well, I think LoudScapes tends to stick to his guns. We saw him stay at the DRI for a while. He'll probably stick on outset as long as he can here.
Yeah. Oh, Dory got a sword. This time a real sword.
Oh, that's a good point in the chat. Gotta love gyro aim. That's another difference from SD. Both runners are playing on a Wii U gamepad. So on Wii U original hardware, and they have gyro aim to help them hit their flicks, hit their swims, adjust really quickly. So we're gonna see both runners masterfully using gyro. As McJawry does head into Tower of the Gods, he's skipping his Leaf and Command Melody, and taking his odds on this dungeon.
Yeah, but that's fair. You at least know that there is something at the end, so you don't do all of that for nothing. Although with this early TOTG, I'm kind of scared of what he's gonna find.
Yeah, with the path leading to Helmarok, it could just be the hammer in here, or we could find ourselves on a nasty chain. We do know that there's a spiky chest waiting on the inside of Angular, so both runners are gonna have to come back there after finding 2 shields. No starting shields in these settings.
double key. That's okay. Sure.
LoudScapes getting a little lost on his swim. So you're going to see a common strat from runners. He'll be okay. To kill their speed, you'll see them flick the stick back and forth in the water. That kills anywhere from a few units to almost half of your speed every time you go between neutral, basically flicking back and forth. So LoudScapes got a little unlucky there, and his speed dropped quicker than he wanted. But if you're able to lock in an ESS angle, it's okay, and he was able to save the swim.
Yeah, that's really right. You'll only see in HD because of how much speed we can charge in an instant. Oh no, Jari getting the clip, but unfortunately he did not jump.
Well, and with no leaf, he has to do it this way, actually.
Oh yeah, true. Actually, true.
Now, I do think he picked an unfortunate time for the water level to go down. I'm not sure if he's gonna drown. It's gonna be a little close here. Yeah, if you tried to swim too early, he would have just gotten clipped up into the floor, but it looks like he clipped a little too early, and...
Oh no, that was really close.
He's gonna have to redo this strat. Oh, teabagging. Oh, he's all the way back to the skull room.
Oh, meanwhile, so Loud tried to do an iron slide trick again, and this one is really precise. You need to hit this tree thing to go to the wizard cave. Unfortunately, he missed it, so we'll see if he attempts it again or if he just gives up.
Yeah, strat actually invented by McJawry, so very fun to see runners going for the strats that the other ones have come up with. But
yeah, so this is another way to skip floor 1 of POTG. With an iron slide, you can swim so fast that you just go through the currents. So yeah, no out of bounds escape. Although you cannot swim with positive speed, so controlling that is kind of hard.
Yeah, so I assume we're gonna see Jari come back for hop across. Maybe gamble that it's a key if he doesn't find any more of the key chests. But
I mean, he doesn't. He does have 2 keys, so it can only be the boss key.
Oh, and I don't think we're gonna see Jari go for boss key skip. That's
yeah, it's a tricky one.
Yeah, it's a strat he's comfortable with, but not a strat that's very fast. Especially since he doesn't have a leaf, I don't know if it's even possible for him.
Oh yeah, and that's a good point. So actually, he needs to pray that it's not. Well, it could be the DK because going back to the top is pretty easy.
Yeah, that's true. Although he will have to do floor 1 skip again. We're seeing the trouble it's giving him now.
Yeah.
He just needs to hold. There we go. A little farther right on his stick, and he's able to clip through.
That's just the rust. No one does it because you usually have bombs because of how late TOTG is. Yeah.
Oh, LoudScapes finally warping to Mother and Child. Jari's first check of this seed. And, a popular Sphere 0. But...
yeah. Especially when you have stuff like Workspire not being hinted dead. Because you can take this storage and go either to Rockspire, Western. So yeah, a bunch of Sphere 1 check you can also get from here.
Yeah, very true. We did have Rockspire hinted dead this seed and Western, maybe the 2 best islands. So unsurprising to see neither runner take storage there. But I am surprised that Jari didn't check Cyclos when he went to Mother and Child, picking up the bow instantly. But
that's a very good point.
Sure it's the first minute. I forgot about it. He forgot about it. It's very natural. He was probably just wondering what to do with that bow. He found it so early.
Yeah, especially clipping out of Mother and Child is not hard, especially with iron sliding.
I see LoudScapes follow him in here, not doing any of the fire and ice checks, so mainly no Master Sword is going to be the big difference inside this dungeon. But fire and ice does speed up a lot of these checks, so I'm glad that LoudScapes found that before heading in. Otherwise, you might see McJawry start to run away even more. Because I
Yeah.
would say McJawry has a very slight lead right now. Just from that extra piece of the Triforce and pulling the overworld a little faster than Loud got to.
Yeah, but then again, Loud already has his Picto and didn't go for Lens of Flip, so that also could be a deciding point if he decides to go for that, and yeah, the Picto check ends up being good.
That's a good point. We are going to see Loud definitely make up some time on McJawry there, but you have to wonder if Minenko has anything. We saw both the Lenzo chest head, or Pompey and Vera rather. We know Minenko has cheese, so
Yeah.
Loud might wait for his full Picto to head back. We're
Also-
still, I'm curious, we haven't really found a path yet, have we, to Forsaken Fortress?
Yeah, that's true. That's true. We had a bunch of spiky chests, but I don't think they were. Oh, did we have spiky chests?
We've had
remember.
a bottle at the very least, so Grandma
yeah.
might have our hammer. That's possible, but yeah, Grandma having the hammer, Grandma having the path hint is all too common this seed. We love Grandma and her soup. And we do know it's a cardinal sin if you're able to save Grandma and do not. So we're definitely going to see both runners saving her this seed. And we're going to see LoudScapes get this hop across check. So we'll see
Yeah.
if McJawry missed anything.
Might be putting him at lead. We'll see.
I love the Grandma command. Oh, it's spiky. Alright, so what did McJawry skip?
Imagine hammer. It's a ball.
Another bottle.
Okay, I think TWWHD is trying to give us a message here.
So that's the man. Grandma definitely has something. Something's hidden in her soup. Secret ingredient. But Jari's gonna have to, he might save some time if he forgets that. We're likely gonna see him go back for that. Jari, he does not like to track dungeons while he's going through them, but Jari is not one that typically DNFs. He's very good at staying solid on the tracker and finishing almost every seed he starts.
Yeah, I bet this is on his mind right now.
Another
Being like,
strike.
oh. Alright, now we're gonna see the leaf. That could
There's
be,
the leaf.
That could
Wow.
very much be the path hands, I think.
Yes, it can be. Logically, you do need a leaf or a hook shot to make it through Forsaken Fortress. So that is a possible path in, and it's Tower of the Gods. Both runners put it off for a little bit, but no one putting it off for too long, and we're gonna see rewarded for coming in here without leaf. Now Jari's gonna get to do hop across a little faster than he was the first time, but obviously going back for it is not ideal.
Yeah. Main melody in FF would be kind of good actually. Getting that required Wind Temple item. Although there's a bunch of things you need to get into Wind Temple in the first place.
Yeah, we're still missing a decent amount until we see the inside of Wind Temple, I think.
For sure.
Which begs the question, it's a little early to be asking this question, but something that comes to define these seeds a lot is getting to Gomo the last dungeon or not. Whether you head in early, looking for your last sword or your last cheese, or whether you decide to full clear the overworld and then maybe get to skip a lot inside the dungeon. I would say these
Also,
runners don't have
go
any.
ahead.
Yeah, they don't have any set pathing. We're gonna have to wait and see. What were you saying?
Yeah, just pointing out the grapple.
Yes.
So grapple and leaf being both in TWWHD is not good. because you need both either grapple or leaf to actually do TWG logically. So very fun, very cool.
Yeah, definitely the earliest pearls we've ever seen, and leaf and grapple. I want to say the latest sphere, leaf and grapple we've seen, but I think because Tower of the God was so early sphere, this was actually pretty intended to come in here early. This is definitely the runners have not seen a seed like this before. I can confirm this is very unique, and
Yeah,
unfortunately grapple doesn't unlock too much with item sliding. We have a lot of ways to get around where you'd normally use the grappling hook, but still, both runners are going to be happy to have it, especially Jareth is any percent muscle memory. Now, oh, here's a fun strat we're going to see Jari go for.
yeah, that's recent.
So do you want to explain scale skip here?
Yeah, sure.
You know
So
better
if
than
you
I
pick
do.
up this statue as it's hopping, it kind of stores the animation of the statue hopping, and so the next time you drop it, it's gonna hop instead of dropping, which is just barely enough to get over into this ledge. This is a really hard trick, so props on him to get it. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the setup. There is a good visual cue for the setup, but the setup is also not free. We saw him get the setup first try, and then get all the jumps first try. So definitely, I know that's a strat that LoudScapes does not have in his arsenal. Jari is going to be making up some good time there.
Yeah, this is frame perfect too, and also the timing you have to have on those scales is pretty brutal, honestly. But Jar is now getting to the end of TOTG. He still needs to get the hop across chest, which we know is ball, so he doesn't actually need it, but he's gonna go for it for sure.
Oh, and vanilla big key. So, yeah, Jari.
Yeah, that's always good.
I wonder if he knew that logically, or I guess he couldn't have since he skipped hop across. There's a chance where he would have had to save warp right there and go back to the beginning of the dungeon. Or actually, he found leaf. He would have been able to do chest storage. Wow,
Yeah.
this is such an interesting Tower of the Gods.
It would have been crazy to see the chest storage with the leaf acquired like 5 minutes earlier. That would have been insane.
Alright, now ready for the Godon boss fight. Oh, and Jari being smart, picking up his fairy here. She's able to save Grandma right on his way out. As Loud picks up the Tingle statue there. He already has his grapple. We don't have Tingle hinted, do we?
I don't think so.
No, we don't. Tingle is always a wild card in these settings. The runners played a seed yesterday where Tingle definitely had. He held on to the power bracelets, which kept the entire seed. So we're gonna see runners are very wary of Tingle from their race yesterday, and we're probably praying that he's not useful again this seed.
Yeah, one good point mentioned in the chat. This run might need spools, which, if you noticed, Jari picked a spoil from a dungeon secret. So how did he know that it was a spoil? Well, it's because we randomized every dungeon secret to have all the spoils, so that the spoils route can be kind of interesting if you don't have the correct items.
Yeah, very true. Spoils routing is a big part of seeds that have spoils bag early, and we haven't seen the runners find it yet, but with no Forbidden Woods or DRC, it's really hard to get your hands on spoils outside of the dungeons. So I haven't seen the runners pick up all of their spoils. I'm curious if they skipped out on Knight's Crests or Skull Necklaces in here. I didn't see either of them pick up the Skull Necklace, actually. But there are going to be a few more opportunities. Yeah, and then LoudScapes barely saving a little leaf movement on the ladder there. So not doing the scale skip that we saw Jari do, but... And there's Godon's guaranteed cheese as well.
Also on spoils, so both runners have not done Ice Ring, which is a common place to get a bunch of spoils. There is a Moblin here, there is Darknut, so yeah.
Yeah, we'll probably see them go there relatively soon, but both runners still have a lot to check right now. I think they'll probably be thinking about the Forsaken Fortress path more than anything else, hoping to get their hands on a hammer. And
Oh yeah, that's what Jari is going for.
Yeah, saving Grandma. We know he has his ferry ready to go, but this is also just his first trip to Outset in general.
Yeah, I think Loud might have checked that early on. I don't remember.
Yeah.
But he also has the advantage of... Wait, did he not go to... I think he... No, he did not go to Outset, my bad. So he also has the advantage of going for the Fairy Clip. Or not the Fairy Clip, just going for the Great Fairy, actually.
I do believe we saw LoudScapes do Outset earlier, and that Great Fairy was that Hurricane Spin.
Oh, true.
Serves. Yeah, so...
He's gonna get baited.
Yeah, he will get baited. And then Jaboon had something spiky, but that might have been the Cabana Deed. So, without Hammer, we're not likely to see the runners head into Cabana, but it is possible. Hammerless Cabana is... it's about a minute and a half slower than using the hammer properly, but... Oh, Jari did not charge up enough speed there and jumped a little early. So you see, instead of hitting the loading zone, he just ended up in the middle of the water, and he's going to have to try that one again.
Yeah, because speeding with item starting is not incremental, it's exponential. So trying way too much speed and way too little speed is very common. Fortunately, he gets it.
We're seeing him drop down for a skull necklace here instead of using his grappling hook. Oh, there he goes. Okay, he realized in time. But he gets destroyed. He gets knocked back down by the Moblin. Yeah, these guys are not friendly, and barely avoids a second hit. We're seeing a lot of really clean basic movement from Jari, but he's definitely had his share of moments this seed where he gets tripped up a little bit, either by enemies or we saw like the struggles on Lenzo clip earlier.
Yeah, also looking at Loud's stream, he's heading for the end of TOTG, and I don't think I mentioned the bloom in the game. So this game has a bunch more bloom than SD has, and Loud is using a mod right now to remove that bloom, which is allowed, and that allows to pick a bunch of chests, which could have been hard to see otherwise with the bloom. So, yeah.
Yeah, I believe Jari uses it as well, although I'm not sure if he has it on right now.
Yeah, I think he's not.
It's hard to tell. It's very easy when looking at the pearls, but I believe we got the pearls so early this seed, I wasn't even thinking about bloom. And something I do want to note.
Yeah.
Jari, he never went back for hop across.
He did not. That's true.
And we know it's not going to matter here. All he did is skip one of his bottles, but very interesting. And you can't help but wonder if he's going to remember later, or if he's in a dangerous spot in the seed, if we're going to see him go back. But very interesting that we saw him just skip an entire check, but it's going to work out in his favor here. Solid go down fight from Loud so far.
Yeah.
The gyro aim helping out a lot.
Definitely. Targeting is still pretty much easier, but manual aiming is good for this kind of stuff. And yeah, we start with 2 quiver and 2 bomb bags.
Yeah, with chest type matches content turned on, which is all the spiky and wooden chests we're seeing, it's very rare that the runners would pick up the Bombard River if we didn't start with it. But I know we've had some discussion about should we start with all of them or not. But on a fight like Godon, that's when I'm definitely voting yes. I want a full quiver. I use way too many areas in that fight.
Oh yeah, good point in the chat, but yes, there is custom models in Wind Waker HD. So HD is not as simple as SD to install model, but that's being worked on. And also models actually are being worked on because there's not a bunch right now to pick from. Oh yeah, that's just because HD has less tools to develop models, unfortunately.
Yeah, we will see once LoudScapes picks up his Master Sword and Shield, though. LoudScapes does have his own models, and McJawry had some of the most complete custom models back in the day, but he hasn't used them in a little bit.
Yeah, that's just because his Wii U refuses to cooperate with FTP, which you need to install the model. So very unfortunate.
Alright, so we're gonna see McJawry heading to Horseshoe here for dense checks. And we saw a spiky chest on call. The LoudScape's the first one to pick up the Forest Haven path hint. So this is a path. I believe it was to Wind Temple.
Yeah, it leads to Mulgera. But
McJawry
is
found
actually,
the hookshot.
Yeah. So you have to wonder what this hint path is. I did not
Maybe
pick
a
up what
command
it
melody?
was. I would put command melody at 4-second fortress. Oh, and light arrows are also in Horseshoe, so very good island so far. 2 checks are really important. Oh, it could be Iron Boots, yeah.
And McJawry almost warping away from his platforms. A little concerning for McJawry. I don't want to see him skip too many checks.
Oh,
and Loud found the hammer! So he would be able to do Forsaken Fortress, but he's still missing a Master Sword.
Yeah. I think he wants his Master Sword. Going back for this one check at 4-second Fortress would really suck. I could also bet on Master Sword in 4-second Fortress.
I'm struggling to remember where McJawry found his sword. It was Needle Rock Inner Cave. Yeah, so we're gonna see if LoudScapes heads over to Needle Rock, which I mean he's heading in the direction, but I don't think he's heading right there. Yeah, it looks like he's heading the Horseshoe first, so joining McJawry over here. So
but
also
3 out of 4 spiky chests is really good.
Loaded Island.
Let's see. Iron Boots. Well, here's our Wind Temple. He basically needs command melee, which at this point is probably in 4-second Fortress. I can't see where else, what else could be in 4-second Fortress that leads to Godan, honestly.
Yeah, and so McJawry, all he needs is his hammer, and he's about to pick it up. We see him warp to Forest Haven here. We know he's about to get that hammer, and then, yeah, he could just be dungeon rushing for a little bit here. McJawry's in a very good position right now. But in terms of total locations checked, he's only ahead by 4. And we still have a lot of wild cheese and swords to find. So, and something like 2 shields as well. We know there's a spiky at the Angular Inner Cave, which requires Mirror Shield. So, McJawry definitely taking a little bit of advantage, and we might see both runners sync up soon, but we still have a long way to go this seed.
Yeah, assuming McJawry doesn't decide to go back for Hop Across, which if he forgets about it, that's actually really good for him.
Yeah, I don't think we'll see him go back. Even if he remembers it, I think we won't see McJawry go back unless he is in DNF crisis mode.
Yeah. That's a fair point.
But still a lot of overworld to be cleared.
Yeah, and McJawry has his Master Sword, so he's probably gonna go for 4-second Fortress. I cannot imagine otherwise.
And LoudScapes, he did get knocked down by the bird. LoudScapes, I had trouble with this island yesterday. I'm remembering he got bullied by the birds here quite a bit, but he's able to make it through. And yeah, we're gonna see him try to kill all these enemies, head out, item slide over like McJawry did, but a little bit of time loss here.
Yeah. That's all fine though, because we know that this next island, this next platform does not have spiky chest, so he's not going to be going back for it and killing all the enemies all over again.
And we see Jari start his, oh no, Loud. Oh, he fell down.
Very bad.
He has to face the birds again, as Jari starts Forsaken Fortress.
Yeah, so one advantage of doing Fenrir Ganon early is that you can get storage from his chest. I'm not sure if he's going to do that, but allows for a very fast boss entrance.
Yeah, I don't think Jari does go for the strat when the chest is dead, I believe, but when the chest is spiky, very often he just grabs it, but we'll wait and see.
Yeah.
You know what, Mace bringing up a good point in the chat. The command melody hints could be locked anywhere behind Hammer, in theory. This path logic it gets a little hairy. But based on where the leaf was and the leaf leading to Hammer, it could all be one chain with Hammer checks. We also have to keep in mind. I can't remember delivery. No, not delivery bag.
It's here.
Nope, it's there. Okay, it was possible, but with the FF path to go down, yeah, there's the only other possibility would be like, if there's a shield in Forsaken Fortress and that angular chest happened to have command melody, but nope. Not gonna have to worry about that this seed.
Yeah. So right now, a very good thing that our runner know how to do out of logic stuff. Because yeah, going for this early OTG was really worth it.
It looks like Forsaken Fortress really only had command melody. So we saw the very worth Tower of the Gods, so many spiky chests, and then Forsaken Fortress having just command melody and nothing else, which obviously is logically required for Tower of the Gods, but
yeah, and right now Jari is going for some smooth movement through TOTG, or not TOTG, Forsaken Fortress. Using item sliding, you can basically spin through, unfortunate, but yeah, you can clear those gaps with just a small pop like that. And he's gonna take it safe. This one is notorious for killing some runs.
yeah, that jump not always the most friendly.
Yeah, but Forsaken Fortress.
Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, Forsaken Fortress is a really fast dungeon, so that's really good.
He's already at the end here, and with Jari, he has 2 guaranteed shards at one at Helmrock here and one at Mulgara. So he's looking for 2 shards and 2 swords. Now, one of those shards is hinted at Minenko, so he's gonna need to find both Picto boxes. He's missing one that we know LoudScapes found, and then we're still completely missing the second Picto. And we know that Private Oasis Upper, the upper chest has a shield. I believe there was a shield required, so that'll also be, again, pointing to whatever's inside that angular chest. But
yeah, especially since we have Hammer for the set, so it cannot be just the requirements for getting to Ganon.
We're gonna see Loud taking his picture here. A pretty late second windfall trip. But this Pompey and Veracek is pretty much going to be the only main advantage he has over Jari.
Yeah.
Compared to what Jari's already had here.
Also, yes, you can store this cutscene in HD, and you can also go to the bottom, but the AI is modified on hallmarks in HD, and for some reason, if you try the same strat, it won't get stuck on the bottom. So that's something, and also you can soft lock yourself if he decides to go outside of the boundaries, and he just cannot enter back. So yeah, that's something.
Yeah, it's very RNG if he soft locks or not.
Yeah, it's technically possible. It's not faster, and it can lead to a soft lock, so very not recommended.
Yeah, we do have an option to fix Helmrock RNG, so he will always land and fight you. He will not dive at you 1,000 times towards the tower. So we still have ways to minimize his RNG, but no baiting him down like an SD. Oh, my Picto box!
Picto
The
being
Picto
behind
win.
Picto.
And that'll net LoudScapes a shard.
Yeah, actually a really good call, so...
We love seeing the Picto box in one of the Lenzo chests after you clip, but at Pompey and Vera, that's even more rare. So LoudScapes only missing one wild cheese now, but all of his swords, and he has quite a bit of overworld remaining. I'm really curious to see how he tries to route this.
Yeah, both runners going off of Windfall. I think they're both going different ways. Dora is gonna enter Wind Temple, which makes sense. He has a bunch of stuff in basically whole area, I believe. Which Loud is still missing his command melody, which is hard required. You cannot skip it.
Yeah, very true. You can get through this first room without command melody, but you can't get the check, and you can't get through the second room. So
yeah, not much.
Already throwing Makar at the wall. That's not very kind. We're gonna.
Yeah, very mean.
Always treat your car well. You don't want to have to get insurance for it.
For sure.
Yeah, like we saw, like Jari able to go rush the dungeons here, so he's gonna gamble that there's something useful in Wind Temple. Meanwhile, we might see LoudScapes. He's clearing Ice Ring, which is check dense. He might try to chain some swims together. It might be a while until we see LoudScapes in either dungeon. And oh no!
Oh no, unfortunate. Yeah, so with an iron slide you can skip this section where you normally need the iron boots, but yeah, that's very unfortunate. If you don't get in the hole immediately, then it's kind of scary, and this happens.
He does have iron boots. I wonder, we're gonna be re-equipped the hammer. We'll see him commit to the fast strat here. There you go. It's a lot safer to roll forwards there instead of roll backwards. So he's able to get even a second roll and save himself, but low arrow count.
Yeah, so Makar, the rule is if he's walking, then he is gonna teleport to the next room. Which can mess up if you grab a ledge or if he goes into onto stairs. He doesn't like that for some reason. But yeah, with item sliding and being fast, that's just something that can go. Also, now doing this cave without sword, which it goes however it goes.
Yeah, he does have light arrows, but with low magic, we saw him just conserving it for the Dark Knight only. And Jari bringing Makar back. You know, we see lots of runners abandon Makar at that top tree, but Jari wants to bring him. We'll see maybe if he goes for some safer... Nope, Jari just instantly drops him again and leaves him behind. So, bringing Makar into this room, but that was not really required because Makar will follow you once you come through any warp pot or even through the Wizrobe mini boss. So there are a few ways to bring Makar through the basement, but I guess Jari just wanted to hold hands with him a little longer. And we're gonna see LoudScapes. Actually, wait, this chest is spiky. This is a chest you can get with item sliding, actually by clipping into the island and having the water warp you upwards, but neither runner got this. And it's just a wallet.
Ah, okay. Unfortunate. Yeah, we have a bunch of methods to skip this cabinet right here, but since we have it, and also since Loud has his hammer, might as well.
Yeah, we are gonna see a pretty fast way to clear Cabana here. Just hammering the pegs through the wall. As Jari, and he's found some keys, but I don't believe he's found anything too useful in Wind Temple yet. But
Yeah, I mean the boss key has its utilities. You can skip it in HD, but it's really slow. So yeah.
that's the final cheese. So the final cheese is at left alcove. So Jari needs to get his cheese from Minenko. So he's gonna need his Picto box, and then he's gonna need to go back to Windfall and do everything Picto related to get that chain. But LoudScapes just needs his boss cheese and that cheese at left alcove.
Yeah, that begs the question. Also, nice boss screen. That begs the question: where is all those swords? Because that's basically all we need to finish this seed.
You have to guess there's one at Angular. LoudScape's picking up that was the hinted required shield. So you have to assume that one of them at this point is in that Angular inner cave. But yeah, we're already seeing someone mentioning in the chat. The Vanilla Sword Chamber is one of our favorite checks in this seed. A sword can always end up in Hyrule behind all the Triforce pieces, but based on the way this game's logic works with the cheese being locked behind bosses guaranteed, it's very rare to find anything else required in Hyrule. But rare does not mean never. We could always see a late spoils or a late bait bag there, setting us on an even deeper chain. But obviously the runners would not want to see that today.
Yeah, we definitely have had seeds where light arrows were behind this sword chamber, and it's also the one check in Hyrule, so you have to commit to it.
I think we're going to see Loud save Grandma. Now, I'm curious. We saw Jari save her, but I don't remember if he actually picked up the mail or not.
I don't think so.
So we might see what Grandma has for the first time as we reach the 1 hour mark. Happy 1 hour, everyone. Yeah, this has been a great race for the first HD Randomizer Season 1 match. And we do see on his personal tracker, Jari went and unchecked hop across, so he's aware.
Oh no.
He's aware that he skipped it. I'm not sure how recently he did that, but I didn't notice that till right now. He did have it checked off, and now it's undone. So,
is he gonna go back for it? Because I think he checked it as soon as he went into Wind Temple. Also, Loud getting the mail, so we'll finally be able to see what it is about. Although I think we already had the hint bath from the leaf. Yeah, it's just a repeat.
Alright. So, LoudScapes, I think he's going to be going to Needle Rock here. It's where he's aimed at. So this is his sword. Needle Rock is a great swimming island. We could see Loud start to chain swims, like I know he's probably planning right now. But I wonder if he changes his mind once he finds the sword, if he goes straight to Forsaken Fortress.
Yeah, I bet he's thinking about Forsaken Fortress for sure.
Did he hit that fire arrow? I'm curious.
I think so.
Okay, he did. Jari heading to the top, but so far, besides that piece of the Triforce, there's not too much. Not too much waiting for Jari here.
I mean, there's not too much they can get anyway. They could get another shield, one of the bags, or a sword.
Oh, Jari, unfortunately, he messes up the fast strat, but still able to recover pretty swiftly and take care of the 7 Nation Armos. but now he should just be heading for Mulgara at this point.
Yeah, he still has the check in the basement. But apart from that, that's pretty much it. And so, except for the Minico trackers, this is gonna be the final choose for McJawry, which means that he'll be able to go into high roll once he gets the Minico cheese.
So at this point, an hour into the race, I would say I think Jari has the advantage. If I had to pick a runner here, I think this is Jari's to lose. But with 28 locations accessible in the overworld, it's way too early to call. He could be just searching at the wrong islands for a long time. We haven't seen either runner go to Star or to Bomb Island, two very, very unpopular ones in HD Randomizer in the race setting so far.
Yeah, it all depends on who's gonna find the swords faster, because going for getting the sword, you don't have to get much else besides that. You complete Wind Temple and then you're in good mode. Yeah.
As long as Loud can find the cheese at left alcove before clearing too much, he will skip a lot more than Jari. We'll have to see if he gets lucky.
Yeah, I can't imagine. I cannot imagine Loud not going for Wind Temple as soon as you can. Yeah, Star sure isn't this, and it's not great, but it does exist, unfortunately.
We're gonna see Jari going for Mulgara one cycle here. So blink and you'll miss it. Cat jam while you can, folks. Jari being able to re-grab Mulgara's tongue as he tries to go back under the ground. One more. And that's perfect. And Mulgara defeated in under 30 seconds. That is just about as clean as you can get it. Jari worked on this strat for a long time. And yeah, that's the practice showing off. We're going to see LoudScapes go over this as well. I know LoudScapes has been grinding Mulgara one cycle, but you're not going to get it much cleaner than that.
Yeah, it's a really fast strat, and it's also been discovered pretty recently, all things considered, especially for how simple it is.
Now, in terms of strictly number of locations remaining, LoudScapes is only one check behind right now. So this is a really close race, but the items are, well, LoudScapes has the item lead actually. He has the shield and the Picto and the both Picto boxes. So,
and keep in mind, keep in mind also that LoudScapes did not do Wind Temple yet.
Yeah, I think it's really going to come down to if he can go mode Wind Temple, he will have a huge advantage. If he spends some time looking for this shield, knowing that he is so close to go mode and maybe just find one or two more things before heading into Wind Temple, he can have a huge advantage, but it's so hard to make that gamble when we know there's at least one Triforce in Wind Temple. I don't think LoudScapes is the gambling type, so we'll probably, I think you're right, and we will see him head into Wind Temple pretty soon.
I can't imagine otherwise, but we'll see. Yeah, so right now Jaro is in kind of a pretty weird situation where he needs both swords and he has only well, he has overall location. He could also go to Hyrule once he gets his cheese. Yeah,
I'm curious. I don't know if we're gonna see a Hyrule Gamba. McJawry, he has gone for it. Both these runners have definitely gone for it in the past, but not typically the gambling types. Especially with the overworld that's this expansive.
Yeah, it's very much committed.
We do see, yeah, LoudScapes showing off his shield there with the nice +1 written on it. A reference to one of his first ever races against Jari, where he almost won. Jari had years of experience on him. LoudScapes still almost won that race, if it were not for heading into a dungeon that was hinted not required. Hence +1 dungeon. So LoudScapes repping it, showing it off there, and hoping to recover from those very, very early races and put +1 away for good. That's still one of my favorite pieces of Winnaker HD randomizer history.
Yeah,
we will
for
never
sure.
let him forget.
HD's randomizer has existed for now a bit more than a year, but it has a bunch of history already. That's very cool to see. Yeah, that's why we're thinking Angular could have something.
Yes, yeah, with the required shield, we also saw Jari head in there and look at the chest. It is spiky. So we have something guaranteed at Angular. You can't help but think that it's a sword at this point. If it ends up being something like the spoils bag, that is, that's just gonna add a few more minutes to this seed, but there are only so many things it could be at this point. It has to be on a path to the sword.
Yeah, especially since it cannot reverge again and again because of the hammer requirements, so it would be at best possibly required.
Yeah, so Jari, we're gonna have to see LoudScapes make it through Wind Temple as fast as Jari is catching up on this overworld, and then they might sync up in this final sword hunt. This is shaping up to be a good one, but I think it's going to be on LoudScapes to execute well in Wind Temple.
Yeah. It also has the advantage of already having his striker, so Jari will have to go through the hustle of doing Lenzo Clip, getting the first picture, then finding his second picto, and then finally getting his last cheese.
Yeah, we imagine Jari who will find the Picto immediately, just because it's at Pompey and Vera there. But this first Picto, I'm struggling to remember where Loud found it.
It was in Ghost Ship, which is avoiding, even though it's nice.
I see, yeah. Jari, he's avoided both Ghost Ship and Cyclos. So a little bit, it is common to skip some of those great C checks, and I think we're going to see him continue to skip it a little longer. Cyclos is definitely one that runners like to skip in these settings.
Oh yeah, Cyclos is really hard to ride around, I think.
I believe we saw LoudScapes do Cyclos at Shark Island. That's where it's becoming meta. But it's still very slow, and even if you can save scum it, it's one check, and we're definitely seeing Jari prioritize check density here, going straight from 3 checks at private to 3 checks at ice ring. So a lot of these slow singular checks are gonna end up just making a huge difference here.
Yeah. And again, we also need to find those last swords, so going for other island might not be so hard, so bad. Yeah, making good use of the light arrow right here.
Yeah, I think based on not falling down ice ring and just cleaner combat, Jari's gonna be saving a lot of time compared to Loud in this room. And then for those of you joining late, this is winner's bracket round 2. So both these runners, this is not going to be their last match. There is a loser's bracket, but whoever wins this will be moving on. The opponent's not decided yet, but this is definitely some high stakes. Getting into the semifinals will be a huge advantage, skipping 2 more matches in the loser's bracket.
Yeah, definitely. And also, those two are long-time rivals.
Yes, yeah. I personally, I would not have found this game without these two Twitch streaming and racing each other. So these two specifically have been racing on racing these settings and testing out these settings more than almost anyone else.
Yeah, for sure. Alright, Loud
And-
finding his last cheese because he knows that the last one is at McJawry. So, a bit of a lead here. You must have to wonder if Jor is thinking that his last cheese is at TWWHD.
Yeah, that's. Oh, he does. It is hinted at Minenko actually. He does know where that.
Oh
cheese
yeah,
is.
yeah, true.
But
Then he
that
must
uppercut
wonder,
strike,
yeah.
It could still be something else. It's definitely weighing on the back of his mind, but we'll have to wait and see how he routes here. Still 8 accessible, so a lot of options for him here. Now, Jari looks like he's thinking about his routing. He's taking a moment in the water here. I wonder what he's considering, because he only has a few items left.
Is he finally going for Ghost Ship?
It looks. Oh, that's a good point. Yeah, he was probably finding out where his ghost ship was.
Yeah. So finally getting his Picto, which we'll see if that motivates him to go back to Lenzo Clip, which it did not work out well for him. So hopefully he doesn't avoid it, but yeah, we'll see.
Yeah, I imagine we see him go straight back to Windfall and just go for it right away.
That makes sense.
Yeah, LoudScapes has had an okay Wind Temple so far, but I think Jari definitely has had a little bit cleaner execution in the dungeons and some of these combat sections. But it's still just coming down to luck. Like it's a randomizer, like every scene. As all the early shenanigans we saw, runners are both still now gonna end up clearing a lot of these single checks very slowly. But Jari is in his search first, and he's still doing checks that LoudScapes has already done. So, still waiting. We've had no new information for what feels like 20 minutes since both runners found their last new thing in Wind Temple. Being that Triforce shard that LoudScapes picked up.
Oh, and actually, yeah, going for Cyclops finally. Alright, so really, Jari has 20 locations left, I think, if I can read that correctly. So you must wonder if he's gonna find those swords fast or not, because 20 locations, especially with this slow location, might be a bit long. Especially if he finds something like Spoils Bag and then Spoils Bag gets routed to both swords. That would be actually kind of insane.
You know, something I am worried about. We saw him, Jari, pick up his Picto box, and then he's avoiding Windfall again. I almost assumed he was gonna, like, we saw him warp back, but he started swimming. I thought he was gonna do the Picto check. I'm scared that he's gonna be looking for that Deluxe Picto because of the troubles on Lenzo Clip earlier. He's gonna just want to do both Picto checks at once. Even though it doesn't save him that much time, we see him going to Thorn where he can swim again. Maybe he'll go to Bomb Island where he can swim again, but the longer he puts off this Windfall, it might work out. Like you said, if he finds spoils, it might really hurt him here, as LoudScapes is starting to finish up Wind Temple, and then he's also, they're both just going to be searching for either a shield and a sword, or maybe a shield and a spoils bag. We have a lot to find out. Maybe a Tingle statue?
Oh yeah, he has 4 Tingle statues now. Would be kind of insane to see Tingle again having something hard recorded.
You know, still a lot of, or not a lot, a few late sphere checks open, like Tingle and the Big Pig as well, with no bait or spoils bags. That's the only check that runners cannot skip. And oh, unfortunate sploosh for McJawry. While you're super swimming, there are certain islands you have to avoid because loading their water will just cause Link to fall through the world. The game can't load it fast enough, and McJawry's having to go back and retry the Thorn swim here. It's a small time loss, but we can see failed swims start to rack up, especially at the end of a seed.
Yeah, in HD you don't have that issue. Well, you do, but you can recover pretty quickly. Yeah, unfortunately, Piggy is actually one of the last thing that needs to be patched in for it to be completely SD-like. But I'm not sure we're gonna be seeing that soon. Maybe though.
Yeah, I don't know enough about the coding side of this game. I don't know if we could have it, but that's definitely very high on my wish list of tricks to be patched in.
Yeah, it's complicated. And also, assembly patches take some time. Alright, I think McJawry is the first one to check Bomb Island, which he's doing a cool strat for it. Oh no, he missed it. So if you side up on that switch and then activate leaf like he just did, you can leaf over to this door while in the cutscene and then open it just fast enough to skip having to do this little puzzle. Oh, and the chest is spiky, so he could have his sword.
Yeah, there are lots of very fun optimizing strats on Bomb Island. Should McJawry go for the first room, he's not going to go for the odd shot strat here in the second room. Although he does know it, it's definitely not a very consistent strat. And now we see LoudScapes heading from Megara 1 cycle.
Get Gem over again. But yeah, on HD, especially this strat is so free. You kind of just flick your gamepad down and get it.
Oh no! A little late pulling out his hookshot there. You can see he probably pressed the button a little early, if I had to guess, and then had to react and try again. So
yeah.
Missing 1 cycle, that's going to be about like 35 seconds lost to McJawry. But
McJawry, on the other
okay.
hand, he found his shield, which we know that shield is required, so I would guess he goes for Angular as soon as possible. Oh yeah, good point. Loud has no health. Fortunately, it's the last phase, so it doesn't matter.
And with that, LoudScapes finishes his Triforce as well. Hyrule Gamba, anyone? Anyone wanting to go check Sword Chamber?
Maybe. At this point, there's not... The city is kind of not hinted at anything being sword, so... Could be vanilla, you know?
Yeah, we'll see. We'll find out what's in this Angular Cave shortly. McJawry, as you predicted, heading straight there. But... LoudScapes, so he's going to need to head to Bomb Island, and then both of them are going to have to find this sword. It's looking like Star Island or Eastern. or the vanilla chamber. But it's or a very good point in the chat. It could still be at Tingle.
Oh no.
Tingle is still very viable. Very still a factor in this seed, and but at this point, LoudScapes is still only 3 locations checked behind, but you gotta feel like McJawry is still in the driver's seat right now.
Yeah, and the island that Jari has to check off are all pretty slow, and he's most. I'd say he would go for Eastern just because of how annoying Star Island is. Oh, here's the sword. It's alright, very good. He just needs Picto, which we know where it is, and his last sword, so I'd see he goes for it. And also on the side, Loud is going for Eastern actually, so we'll see if that works out. And yeah.
Yeah, if Jari back to Windfall, we'll see if he picks up his cheese here, or if he keeps searching. But looks like he's gonna go do it.
Or he's thinking of it. No, okay, he's going for it. Very good.
Alright, so Jari will effectively be 1 item from go mode.
Tingle statue.
LoudScapes picks up his Tingle statue. That's Tingle statue number 4 for him.
Yeah, you know, Jari has 4 statues, so this would be his 5th, which maybe Tingle has a sword? Yeah. Oh, nice Lenzo flip though. This was really clean.
Yeah, Jari probably wish he had that hours ago. I saved him a minute or 2 of failing, but nevertheless, he's here now, and getting that clip will allow him to skip the little cutscene of Lenzo and Minenko talking here. You can see he just rolls right by them, and they pay him no mind.
Yeah.
But at this point, yeah, Tingle could very well have this final sword, and then Star Island's just about the only thing that the runners haven't checked as well. Or
yeah.
Once again, reminded about Hyrule.
Yes, sir. I hope someone will take the gamble. It would be fun. But also very risky. Yep, getting the last cheese. So now they're pretty much in the same situation, except Jari already has his angle of sword, which we know Loud needs to go to Bomb Island to get that, so that's a bit of an advantage on Jari. Also, nice teabag.
Yeah, Oh, he's going to his boat. Oh no! I know what the teabag was for. He was considering it. It's a vanilla gamble. So we know he has a Tingle statue at Eastern. We don't know what Tingle has, but we are gonna see one of our runners head down to Hyrule here.
You know what he might be thinking? If it's not a Hyrule, he can always just go back in TOTG to check this one check he forgot. So that might be what he's thinking, or maybe it's just a gamble.
That's a good point. I do think, yeah, he did have a save on Windfall, so he'll be able to warp back. I imagine if he sees the chamber is dead, maybe he warps back. But yeah, that's a good point. That Tower of the Gods check is going to be looming on him for a little bit.
Yeah. Imagine if he goes back for it, sees a spiky, gets mad, and then it's just ball. Would be great. Alright, let's see.
Moment of truth.
Is it the sword?
It's spiky! Oh my god.
Spiky? Okay.
Alright, so a chance for Jari to take a huge lead here, or a chance for him to get baited even more into wasting time in Hyrule. As LoudScapes is failing some swims here late. And oh no, this is maybe doomed for LoudScapes. We have to or doomed for Jari if he gets beat up by the Dark Nuts.
Oh no, twice.
0 for 2 on the hits, and he's gonna leave it up to target aim.
Yeah, it's fine. It's fine.
Everyone, hold your breath. As LoudScapes heads into
Oh yeah,
one of the
LoudScapes
slowest
goes.
islands.
Yeah, goes to Thor, and so we'll actually see both runners get both supposed.
Oh!
What was it? What was it? I didn't check
It was
it.
Moblin's letter! Oh no!
Are you serious?
That could just send him in for an even longer route. That... Oh no. So we will have to wait and see. That could still be really good routing from McJawry to go pick that up. But, and that could just send him... If LoudScapes picks up his sword here, and then he goes Bomb Island Angular, Loud could be in the driver's seat. This is all just gambling at the end.
Alright, let's see. Does he go for Star Island or does he go for Moblin Slider? It would be really funny if Hyrule is logically double dip.
That would be very funny.
Oh, Spiky?
Oh no!
Spoils bag.
And Loud finds a spoils bag! So, if the spoils now has the sword, I'd say LoudScapes has the advantage. Because if LoudScapes is able to, I mean, he still needs to head to Angular, or to Bomb Island and Angular. So, Loud has some searching to do, but both runners finding different, really late game items. Oh no. Sorry, first.
Oh no.
Nothing.
Alright.
Oh, he's mad. Oh, he's staring at Maggie. And
Thank you,
save
Maggie.
warping out of there. So, McJawry still has Eastern as well. And we know, like, yeah, Eastern has a Tingle statue. So it might not even be spoils, it could be Tingle. We have Tingle, we have late spoils, we have a Hyrule Gamba that maybe LoudScapes will go after finding one sword. We still don't know if he's going to avoid that. There is still a lot of Wind Waker to be played, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah. This beat is not hinting at anything, so really, this is anyone's game. Although I agree with you, I think McJawry is still favorite right now. Could change though, could change very fast.
McJawry's he's gonna pick up his Tingle statue here. So he will have his hands on the Tingle check first, and Loud will be able to check. Oh no. Oh no, Loud.
Oh no.
Get out of there! Loud!
Oh,
no!
no! Zombie hover? No.
So he did not de-aggro the pigs properly, and that's gonna be an unfortunate death there at the end.
That's all fine though.
Yeah, he's just gonna respawn back on Windfall and go. He's gonna go turn in one of our favorite checks. So we're gonna let him cook. So give the Chew Man his jelly and let him cook.
Yeah, that's kind of intense actually. Loud going for checks that could be the sword, and at the same time, Jory going for a big commitment check with Tingle. So really, it's a pretty intense seed, if you want my opinion.
Yeah, the Tingle statues. I think the first one was so early on. Tingle feels like it was so useful. All right, let's see here.
All right. No
Another
bomb.
And Loud gets Maggie's letter.
All right.
Everything is in the
letters.
mail. Both runners just being sent on opposite paths, and we're gonna have to wait even longer to see. Oh,
yeah, especially since so both runners are going back to letters. Let's see which letter is more worth it though. So far, no luck with letters, but surely this will turn around right now.
Yeah,
all right,
we do
Jory
know that
checking first, and it's the sword. GG's.
That is go mode for McJawry. He has everything he needs. He is in go, and he knows it. That's gonna be a sprint to the end, and that's gonna spell doom for LoudScapes checking the unrequired spoils bag checks. So
yeah, very unfortunate. LoudScapes still needs to go through the Bombayon Cave, Angular, and then getting all the Tingle statues, which is missing one, and then getting both swords. So yeah, right now it's a clear lead for McJawry, but it really be sorted if you want my opinion. It was really anyone's seed.
So, I'm struggling to remember where LoudScapes' Tingle statue, where it is now. I'm looking at his tracker. He skipped something at outset, perhaps?
I'm not sure what I was it. I can't remember, to be honest.
Or perhaps it was just, oh, I believe it was Western Ferry. That might be where
true.
McJawry picked it up, yeah. Okay, so... Okay, Loud has a little bit to go. So McJawry's been a very experienced runner in this game. He's done high roll hundreds of times. It's gonna take a miracle. Never say never, but this is McJawry's race to lose now.
Yeah. So high roll in HD, very fancy. If we had to do trial skip, you'd have seen that actually SD roll pips are pretty busted because you get some speed to begin with, so you jump, and that allows for going way faster. But yeah, Loud going for Bomb Island, which has the shield, so good call. Good call.
Yeah, it looks like he's just kind of on the way to an unavoidable full clear.
Yeah, that's very unfortunate. I think Loud does not want to go to high roll, which is a good call. We know that high roll is actually not that useful. And it would also be very slow if right now he went to high roll and did the Moblin layer check. That would put him even more at a disadvantage.
Yeah, I would not be surprised to see him go through the same decision-making as McJawry, though. He's one sword away. He's already looked in the overworld for so long. Why not go look at high roll after he finds this angular sword?
You know what? That's fair.
McJawry's very good at this fight, so we'll see. Should be in for a treat. There's one shot. There's two shots. Oh,
unfortunate.
just missing the early cycle, but...
Oh no. Alright. So let's see both the creep shot and the truck shot.
Yeah, with double magic and soup in the inventory, runners are at their own liberty to go for any and all trick shots. We're not going to see any bait strats this seed, but hopefully we're going to see double crip, and McJawry has even hit double trog, so if we can see that in a seed, we're in for a real treat. I don't think it's gyro exclusive, but definitely very
gyro
nice
recommended. Oh?
Ooh,
almost got it. Although the first creep shot is already really good.
Yeah, you got an arrow reset, which it's very hard, and then the timing after that's even harder, but yeah, that's just like a 20-second phase 2. And unfortunately, LoudScapes failing a swim on the other side.
Yeah, so let's see this truck shot now. Will he get double truck shot? I don't think he's going for it. Yeah, single truck shot makes sense.
Yeah, with his magic, makes a lot of sense, and he plays this fight so well, just getting right in front of Puppet Cannon and
oh no,
barely missing, but
that was very close. Alright, and this is the fight.
Shot. Oh, and LoudScapes, that one check at outset, I believe he's going to go turn in some Knight's Crests at Orca. So this spoils bag, just sending him on an even further rabbit hole. As McJawry starts his rope spam.
Oh yeah, McJawry did not get his balls back, that's true.
Yeah, skipping Star Island was a huge time save for McJawry this seed, but I wonder if LoudScapes had straight for Bomb Island and Angular after Wind Temple, if he would have had a chance. It's really hard to say. He was still behind at that point, but McJawry left the door open for a little bit and then slammed it right back closed.
Yeah. Alright, and now Joey is gonna enter the Ganon fight, which is really fancy on HD. You can one cycle every single phase. So hopefully we see that.
Yeah, no soup required.
Although he does have soup, I believe.
He does. Yes, he does have it for a little extra safety just in case. Jari, developing. He loves this Ganondorf strat. We're gonna see very clean one cycle here, I imagine. That looks good.
Yeah, I think this was about double hit.
I think LoudScapes, unfortunately, just failing more swims at the end here, having to back it up at Headstone.
Yeah.
Jari
finishes.
GG's to Jari for taking home the first match on ZSR. Winners bracket round 2 of this tournament. He's the first one to move on to round 3. Huge GG's. Congratulations to McJawry. Definitely one of the most interesting seeds in terms of pure logic that we've seen, both starting and ending, with early pearls and some Hyrule bait and everything in between. But that was overall a great showing from Jari. Really never let up on the gas. And outside the one issue at Lenzo Clip, I can't think of too many mistakes he made this seed.
Yeah, Jari is for sure a very good runner. Unfortunately for Loud, pretty much all of his time losses come from bad routing, which you can't really avoid with this kind of festy where you kind of have to go somewhere and pray.
Yeah, it's really, really unfortunate. Just that, like, the spoils bag really hurting early. He waited to go into Wind Temple as well. I think Jari's early Wind Temple was a really good choice because it was very stacked. Or just had that extra cheese and got him on his final go mode a little faster. It was a very smooth ending from Jari.
Yeah, that's true, but yeah. Now we'll see if now this getting his final single fast or not.
Oh no!
Is he going for? No. Oh no.
He is. He's going for the gamble. So, like I said, same mentality that Jari had. You've been looking for the sword for so long. You find your second to last sword. You gotta go give it a chance to the Gamba, and this is just gonna send him on an even longer clear.
That's so bad.
Yeah. Unfortunate. I wonder if we can get we're gonna wait for LoudScapes to finish up or maybe get Jari in here for an interview. Oh! Speaking of McJawry in here for an interview. Looks like he's here now. Congratulations, Jari. GG's on winning.
Thank you. Thank you. What a run.
Yeah, I'm curious. What was your impression in the first 3 minutes finding 2 pearls and then on your first swim finding the 3rd pearl instantly? I want to know, how did you feel starting the seed off?
I've never experienced that in my entire career of playing this randomizer. I'm like, I was like, okay, back-to-back pearls. I'm like, sure, maybe that has happened before. But I got the 3rd one. That was back-to-back. I'm like, I was yelling out loud, what? Like, I've never seen that. So that was funny. That made me kind of worried also, because like, oh shit, is Tachi gonna be open this early? And it kind of was, actually. So.
Yeah. How do you feel about not clearing Hopback Cross and then realizing afterwards, and was that on your mind?
Yeah, that was totally on my mind. I was like, what if something is in there? A sword,
yeah,
a Picto, something. So like, I mean, yeah. So
I thought he thought that you'd go to Hyrule and then go back to TWTG once you exited. But you did not, and that's really good. It had a bottle, so...
I was like, I should have done that, but glad it didn't,
Yeah, had a bottle, so no big deal.
Yeah. Yeah, we saw it when we saw the spiky chest pop up on the escape stream. We were very worried for you, especially because you had the check marked off, and you didn't unmark it until you went into Wind Temple. It looked like.
Yeah.
Right.
So we didn't know if you were aware of it or not. We had a feeling you were. You don't DNF many seeds, but that was scary for a little bit. It was a bottle. Okay. So you found one bottle in the first Armos, I believe. So
Yeah.
you still had your bottle, and Grandma had nothing, of course.
Yeah.
I do want to inform you. So you only skipped one location in Logic besides Hop Across, which was Star Island.
Right.
Star Island has a spoils bag, which LoudScapes has been clearing for a while now.
No.
That leads to absolutely nothing. So,
Oh,
unfortunately, in this go mode, yeah, you skipping that island ended up being one of your best decisions. But
gosh. Okay.
Yeah, for sure. Right now, he's missing his statue at Sworn, which is really hurting him because I think he's gonna go for Husket.
yeah,
Yeah, unfortunate.
he's on path for an absolute full clear here. So even though you didn't get to skip many things, still getting a little bit luckier than your opponent here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't expect Tangle statues to be a big deal here, but it turns out it was. So
Definitely a weird seed.
When I saw the spiky in Hyrule, I was like, oh my god, please, do not be like an item that is just on a logic train to like, yeah, the final.
To nowhere
Yeah.
eventually.
Yeah.
Yeah, you both got booked a letter. I think you got Note to Mom when Loud got Maggie's letter, and yeah, so it was very
Yeah, we were-
stressful to see who would get the first sword.
Where's
Yeah,
Maggie's
we had no idea. I'm sorry.
Where's Maggie's letter?
I believe it was the chew man, the green chews. So or one of the spoils checks. So we were very interested to see if the spoils bag was going to pay off for Loud versus Tingle for you, because some very late sphere checks, and it was completely unknown going into that point. And then
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
All right, but
Yeah.
Loud is fine going for Thorn, which we know leads to sword. So I can't imagine that he's clearing this late. I think he's gonna finish in maybe sub 2. Hopefully sub 2.
it hopefully will be a sub 2. I think LoudScapes can definitely finish up.
Yeah, for sure.
Can finish up quickly here, but an unfortunate absolute full clear down to the last check for Loud. Not a single stone unturned, except the big pig, I suppose. That would be the only check in the entire seed that he was not able to check.
I wonder where bait bag is. Or
Yeah,
if
we-
it's
That's a
even
really
in
good
logic at all.
question. I would guess
this
it's in another dungeon.
This run was like a lot of skill issue that I usually don't do because, you know, of course there's the nerves of a tournament vibe, you know?
Makes sense.
So like, and for this game especially, it's like you have to be kind of precise with your stick angles to do precise item sliding and movement. So if you have nervous hands when trying to do that, that can very negatively affect the run. I fumbled so hard trying to click into lenses. Sheesh.
Oh yeah, that's a highlight. We
Yeah,
were
we-
wondering if you would go back for it, even without Picto, or with Picto actually. We're like, is he gonna go back for it because the other Picto was here and that led directly to cheese. So yeah.
Yeah, when I did Pompey and Vera, I was like, imagine if this has the Picto, and it did.
Yes,
To
sir.
my surprise. Wow.
Alright, Loud finally getting his last sword, so he's gonna be clearing soon. Yeah, he can
one location
definitely-
remaining.
Can definitely sub 2.
Oh yeah, totally.
That's no
Wait,
issue
that-
for
that
Loud.
153 maybe?
Yeah, something like that.
Well, 3, I mean 5. 55.
I'm gonna predict a 154.30. That's my prediction.
Well, I won't predict down to the second, but
I'm rounding to 30 seconds. You know, I'm still
Okay.
rounding a little bit. Yeah.
I'm feeling like I'm gonna say 154, 153. Oh no, that's fine.
Nice. So, for that courtyard clip right there, what I usually do is that if Link ends up high up in the air, I let him fall for a bit here if he screams. If he screams, that means he's above a void, and then I pull out the leaf.
That makes sense. You also have the fact that if you don't do that, you can also give yourself a bit of forward momentum and then hit the barrier.
Yeah. Mid-air, that's
Yeah, that's really suck.
Whoa. He's sliding around.
Yeah, definitely a little sketchy, but LoudScapes he's got some solid high roll movement.
Yeah.
But looks like he would be playing it safe here with the hook shot. Not a strat I see him go for very often, but in a tournament setting, you have to imagine he does not know the results of the race yet. So he's still,
he has to be nervous.
yeah.
Yeah.
I think he knows that the sword placement was so bad that he might just have a chance. I mean, if he doesn't get to see the results yet.
Yeah, I could have made it much worse for myself if I did some other.
Yeah, if he did Star Island.
And getting those path hits from the very beginning, I think you knew like it was not going to be a very fast seed in general. Just dungeon to dungeon like 3 times, or I guess Forest Haven being the only twice. Forest Haven and McJawry being the last one. Even that path was not. It took a while for either of you guys to get there. I was curious if anyone was going to odd shot from the very beginning, and we did not see that. Because it technically is Sphere Zero, but
Yeah, I'm not
just a
sure
little slow.
why I put off Forest Haven so quickly. Not sure
Oh, and
I don't know
something
what
we
I was
didn't even
thinking.
talk about. The fact that there was Leaf and Grapple in Tower of the Gods. That's also, I think, the first time I've ever seen that.
That's actually crazy.
Actually, yeah. I was so glad to find the leaf though. Like, I mean, kind of mad at the same time because I was like, "There's no way you could have gotten leaf to make first floor easy."
Yeah. We've made a prediction of what the path hints from Forsaken Fortress to Godheim could be, and we thought about so Leaf, Grapple, Command Melee, and then you found everything in TWWHD. So very funny.
Because command melee wasn't FF.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it was.
yeah, that was the only useful check to come out of Forsaken Fortress was that command melody.
Yeah, another big thing for you is that you went and actually went to do Wind Temple early, which I think in the long term paid off pretty well. It's Loud and had to do a bunch before going into Wind Temple.
Yeah, I think you finding that sword at Needle Rock, getting into FF very early with that Master Sword was a very big. LoudScapes did not find that sword for a very long time. One of his last accessible locations with Fire and Ice. So you were able to just dungeon rush, and Loud had a lot more done than you coming out of Wind Temple, but you had an execution lead in the dungeons, and the skipping spoils bag was just straight up like minus 10 minutes compared to what Loud had to do. So that's so I think you definitely still had a couple minute advantage coming out of Wind Temple, even with some of the checks behind.
Yeah.
Makes
That was
sense.
attempting for a truck shot. He did get a crypt shot.
Come on, get the trog.
Yes!
Let's go.
That was one of the latest drug shots I've ever seen.
Yeah, but that was pretty insane.
Yeah, very nice. And then LoudScape's kind of known for his his proficiency at the rope mash here. We'll see if we're treated to a task level mash.
Rage. Yeah, the nerves. I hope he doesn't mess up grapple skip. Imagine.
No.
Oh no.
Just mashing.
That's fine. He has low leaf, but yeah. He's not that high up. He does have kind of a lead on it, but not that much.
Yeah, we've seen LoudScapes. He did die to the Dampa Pigs this game.
Oh yeah.
He completed the check and then got destroyed by the pigs trying to run away. But we've seen the nerve strike once. I'd hate to see it strike again, but let's see how he does. He's also trying. I know LoudScapes never does that hook shot, so just seeing him go for that in a tournament setting, I wonder if he's thinking he needs every extra second right now.
I think he's just nervous.
Yeah. I think going into the losers bracket, we're gonna see some adjustments from LoudScapes for sure. The pathing just didn't really work out for him today, but some of the strat selection as well. He did have a couple of failed swims, a couple of failed item slides, but it really just wasn't his day on the routing. I think he can definitely hold his head up high and say that he played well and just got a little unlucky today.
For sure. Alright, and time is coming up soon. And that's GG's.
GG's to LoudScapes. And that concludes the first ZSR stream match of Wind Waker HD Randomizer tournament. So hopefully we can get LoudScapes in here, talk about this feud for a little bit. Let's see. Yep, he's in there waiting.
Hello.
LoudScapes,
Hey,
welcome in.
hello.
GG's.
GG's, Jari, GG's. You crushed this one.
GG, man.
Dude, that last hunt for the sword was actual pain. Oh my
Yeah,
god.
I agree.
Pain. Did you
totally
skip anything?
I skipped.
He skipped
9 locate. Wait.
Yeah,
He
9
skipped
locations.
one really important check. It was only one accessible check, but it was maybe the most important accessible
Yeah,
check.
let
in this
me
game.
guess. Let me guess. He didn't go to Star Island.
Yep.
He did not go to Star Island. No spoils bag. Yeah, that was just about like 10, 11 minutes added to you double dipping and then having to go to high roll and go back to Windfall just for nothing again. So it was.
I
this
did
was
not
definitely...
I didn't play good enough to win, but that ending did not help my cause. The routing decisions did not help.
Yeah, definitely.
We were saying, yeah, it was very, very close coming out of Wind Temple. Jari maybe had like a couple minute advantage, but finding that spoils bag really was the nail in the coffin there. I think you guys both played really well, but you could see once it started like coming down to like, oh, every single check is dead, and just like trying to keep it going. You can almost see the mental crumbling a little bit. It was not crumbling, but yeah.
The sword hunt was atrocious, and when I saw the spiky, like I only do the high roll gamble because I felt like I wasn't playing good enough to win. So I'm like, okay, maybe this gamble can like get me a couple minutes on him. And then I see it's spiky, I'm like, no way. And then it's Moblin's letter, and then it's nothing.
Yeah.
I also did the gamble.
Oh, of course you did.
If that was the sword, this time would have been crazy, like sub 130 or something.
Yeah, I mean, that would have shaved probably 10 minutes off my time for sure.
Yeah, Jari was not very happy with Maggie after receiving his 50 rupees.
Oh.
We did see an epic stare down,
dude.
shaking his head at her.
Oh, man.
But yeah, this was, again, both you guys, Jari picked up his bow from Mother and Child first, but then you guys were both at Dragon Roost, so you both had all the pearls so quickly, or at least knowing where they were, because it allowed you saw yours but didn't buy it until a little bit later.
Yep.
We were discussing some of the logic with Jari, like that's the first time we've ever seen Tower of the Gods open this early, and then...
Oh yeah. Speaking of, how do we feel about that?
Oh, Tower of the Gods?
Yeah.
I love it.
The
It's my
nerves
favorite.
were here.
Oh, dude, I'm not gonna lie, the nerves did not settle till about 15 minutes in for me. If you could see my gyro aiming in the first 15, I was nervous as hell.
Oh, yeah. I mean, that makes sense. This is pretty much the first ever TWTG open like this right off the bat. And basically the first 3 checks for TWTG. That's crazy.
And dude, what about Leaf and Grapple both being in there too? That's kind of wild to me.
That's insane.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, that was definitely one of the first times we've ever seen that. One of the, I almost want to call it low points of this seed. It didn't get you too much, but just finding it there was like, oh my god.
Because like I put off buying the last pearl and going in there a little earlier, just because I'm like, okay, maybe I can at least just find the leaf or something beforehand. And then as soon as I got my fire and ice, I'm like, I'm just gonna go in there. I know I can do the whole thing without leaf, so I thought that gamble might have saved me a few minutes on Jari, but I don't know how early he went in.
Yeah, I think he was in there before you. So you had fire and ice, and he did not.
Okay.
But
yeah, Jari also did not do hop across, which was spiky, but unfortunately was just the bottom. Yeah.
Yeah, I tried to get it, but I kind of fumbled with the air meter.
Oh, gotcha.
So, yeah.
So you just never went back for it?
Yeah, I just skipped it.
That's crazy.
I guess that was the second accessible location he skipped. So Star Island and that one.
Oh my, dude, when I pulled spoils from Star, I had a bad feeling. It's like, it's gonna be behind this, or I'm about to just get ruined.
Oh no. Yeah, that was a crazy seed. And again, huge congratulations, Jari, for taking home the first dub. And
yes.
Looking at the bracket, what this means, so Jari, you'll face the winner of match between me and Tio. So the 2 commentators today, we're going to be battling it out soon.
Hell yeah.
Nice.
And LoudScapes, you are up against Mercury in the losers bracket. So we're going to see both those runners. Maybe those matches have to be scheduled in the coming days, but hopefully we'll see it back on ZSR. We'll love to see all the hype in the chat today for Wind Waker HD Randomizer. And I want to thank everyone for stopping in, everyone for watching. Again, thank you to my co-commentator Tio and to the trackers Mason and Mercury today. Tio, anything you want to say before we?
Yeah, I hope this race just gave you. I hope this race convinced you that Wind Waker HD is real cool and Randomizer especially is real cool. And this render tournament is going to be streamed on ZSR. This is not the last match we'll see. Hopefully we'll get some more matches on ZSR, and yeah, I really hope that everyone enjoyed it and found it interesting how different this game is from SD and all that.
Yeah, I agree. There's so much more Wind Waker we're going to see, so be back here on this channel for more Wind Waker HD, more Zelda in general. That was a great race. I'm looking forward to more. So, thank you everyone. Have a great day. Thanks for stopping in.
Thanks everyone.
Bye.
See ya.
There's nothing I can add, so thank you all for watching. Bye.